Okay, so I'm going to introduce myself first. So my name is Uma Islay, and I am a student ambassador for the Bachelor of Climate and Environmental Sustainability. Um, I'll first go through my presentation, and then after, feel free to ask any questions. So first, I'll begin by giving an overview of my bachelor, like a course description, and then I'll be talking about the modules in first, second, and third year. And then I'll talk about prospective jobs and why you should choose this course. So, first of all, the Climate and Environmental Sustainability course is a brand new course. I am the first year to graduate from it, so there's still a lot of work in progress. If you do this course, you'll be learning about climate science, geography, ecology, environmental policy, geographical information system, which is really, really important. And a lot of people look for people who know how to do GIS, remote sensing, food security, and human health. You will be working in groups throughout the years. There's quite a lot of individual assessments. There's exams, but there are also group projects, and this is important because when you're working after your bachelor, you will have to be know how to work well in teams. Personal agility is also another skill, leadership skills, communication skills, data literacy and analysis, fieldwork, observation, and research. Every year so far, we have had a field trip. And then as far as communication skills go, you will learn how to present in front of people, get more comfortable with it, and it's a really good skill to learn as well. It's also a multifaceted approach. So what I mean by that is that a lot of people go into this course thinking that it's very geography heavy, but it's not. We learn a lot of different things, like we learn about the economy, about the policies behind climate change. We learn about these social aspects. We have human geography modules, policy modules, etc. And I'll be showing you the modules in the next slide, I think. Yeah. So in first year, it is a lot more geography based. So I'm not going to read out all of the modules, but I'll leave this up here. But you learn it's kind of learning the basics of geography. So you don't need to have gone into the course having done geography in school. That's not important. There are no requirements for this course because you will learn about it in the course. I just wanted to note on the Introduction to Sustainability being my favorite course, where in the first month, one of our assessments was learning. We had to pick a sustainability challenge that we had to incorporate into our daily lives for a month. And yes, we were assessed on this. So some of my classmates chose to go vegetarian for a month. I chose to only use public transport to get to places, or to walk or to cycle. And in fact, this actually made headlines. And so we had two articles in the Independent and the Irish Examiner where they talked about our assessment. So as you can see in the first one, someone in my class decided to replace their meat protein for an insect protein. So he was having crickets in his tacos and worms and various other things. But obviously you can choose any kind of sustainability challenge. And then yeah, like I said, I just chose to cycle, use public transport, basically not use any private form of transportation. In second year, we go more into climate change, and less geography based. So as you can see, we have things like environmental economics, environmental data analysis, where you'll just learn how to manage data. It's not so, yeah, you just learn how to manage data. So on Excel, we learn a bit of coding as well. And then we also have a policies module. Where is that? Politics of climate change. So again, like I said, it's a lot less geography based, and you do learn a wide variety of things. And And then we do have the residential field trip. So this is like a setting point for this bachelor, because the students that are in second year now are going to Finland for a week to do field work. Whereas we went to the west of Ireland, we went to Galway for a week, and every year it changes place. So it could be that when you do this course, it'll be in Ireland. But yeah, like I said, the students in second year right now are going to Finland. They're going to Finland in like 3 weeks now, so that'll be really cool. Um, so I've got examples of things that we did in my second year modules. So the first picture is a swap shop that we did. We had to, again, because it's not so geography based in the second year, we also had to take into account like, business skills, and we had to make a swap shop, organize one ourselves, advertise it, educate people on why they should be buying secondhand, etc. And then the second picture is when we were on our residential field trip, where we actually planted. We went to the beach and we planted marram grass as a system for flood defense. So it is actually hands-on as well. You do get to partake in solutions for climate change. And the third picture is also on a residential field trip, is one of the castles that we spent an entire day in doing a hackathon, where we were given a problem, a real life problem, and we had to come up with a solution. We had an entire day to do it. And at the end of the day, we had to present our solution. So we had flood defense. We had floods as a problem. And so my group came up with seawalls, gabion cages, or marram grass as a solution. So it's just an example of something. Then the third year modules, we have things like water resources, where we also had a few field trips. Like we just went to the river and we took samples. We have environmental ethics. So I haven't actually done some of these modules yet because I'm in my third year now. And yeah, so I can't really tell you a lot about these, but these are subject to change because, like I said, this course is brand new. So when you're in your third year, you mightn't have these modules. So when you come out of this degree, you could work in organizations that are focused on climate change and the environment, and most likely you'll want to be doing this because of the nature of what you're going to be studying. You can work in public and private sectors as a climate scientist, sustainability manager, environmental consultant, etc. But you can also go into different types of jobs as well. Like the course is 3 years long, unless you decide to do a placement for a year-long placement, which would be in your third year. And actually quite a few of the people in my class have decided to do this. And some of them are working in finance because of the skills that you learn. You're able to apply them to pretty much anything. Sorry. But you don't just have to go into climate change. So don't be afraid that this course is going to limit anything just because it's just climate change. We learn a lot of skill sets that you are able to apply to a variety of different jobs. Yeah. And then again, it is a future job. And so the skills that we're learning, they are in high demand because of what's currently happening in the world. So why you should choose this? Because, well, currently education and climate change is a hot topic. We hear about it everywhere. And like I said, this is the first course, like I'll be the first one graduating with this course. And people are looking for the skill sets that we are learning. The job opportunities are endless, and you will acquire skill sets that are essential to finding solutions for climate change. And again, going back on this, you will learn skill sets that are applicable to pretty much to a lot of different jobs and not just the climate sector. And it's a very interactive and educational course. We've learned about, like I said, we have challenges that are very hands-on. And it's not just your typical degree where you're sat in a classroom and you're listening to lectures for the whole day. it's very, very immersive. We have a lot of challenges that we have to do, a lot of cooperative learning, and it's not just sitting in a classroom all day and learning about things. Um, so I think that's the end. I tried to keep it quite short, just so I'm able to answer more of your questions. If you have any, please let me know, and I will be here for the next 18 minutes. If you don't have any questions now, or you can't think of any, you can always contact me on Unibuddy, and I'll answer as best as I can. So I got a question. How does this course compare to standard arts geography with human development? Well, just based off the name, now again, I don't know anything about this other course, so it's really hard for me to be able to compare the two. But straight off the bat, I can see that it's a geography course with human development, whereas the climate and environmental sustainability would be less geography based. In our first year, is climate and environmental applied geography? No, I wouldn't say so. I what exactly do you mean by applied geography? I'd argue that the well, in that case, it is applied geography course. Um, I'm not exactly sure what's meant by that, so it's hard to answer. But like, I'd say that the standard arts geography with human development is going to be a lot more geography based, like physical geography as well as human geography. Whereas the course that I'm doing, I'd say that the first year was very geography based. I thought I was doing um, more of a geography course, and then I got to second year, and that's not what I wanted to do. I really wanted to focus on climate change and sustainability. Um, but in my second year, then we started talking. We kind of steered clear of geography, but we do learn things like ArcGIS, or GIS, sorry, Geographical Information System, um, which is more geography, I guess. So I think it's more about statistics. We do a lot more statistics than I'd say in a normal geography course, but don't let it scare you. I don't know if that's a concern of yours, but it's definitely more theoretical and less human geography based. We do have a lot of like, I think, where was it? Let me go back to the modules. In year one, we have a module that's which one is it? Data literacy and analytics, and then in second year we also have one similar, environmental data analysis. So I would say that that's more statistics, which is why I argued that the course that I'm doing could be applied to like a finance job later, like in the future. It doesn't have to just be a geography job. Yeah. I hope that answers your question. I'm not yeah, again, it's hard for me to compare the two because I don't know anything about the other course. I'm just after looking at what exactly that means. Um, and are the slides available or a video after? Um, the slides aren't available, they're my own, but if you have any specific questions about it, I can answer them now, but I can also type it out, or yeah, if that's easier for you, on Unibuddy, if you send me a message on Unibuddy. So I'm just after looking at exactly what applied geography means. And it basically just means that you can apply it to solve real problems, whether that's like climate change, human geography, physical geography, any of that. So I completely take back everything I said. It is very much applied geography. We learn all the time about how exactly to apply everything that we learn in our course into real world problems and how to solve them, which I think is great because it's less theory. Um, it's not like, just like I said, being in class and listening to lectures all the time, but instead we get to actually come up with solutions and tangible solutions as well. So I love the course. Also, just to add on that I'm an international student, so if you have any questions that maybe isn't so much related to the course, feel free to ask those. Geography is the real interest. Um, Honestly, if it's what you're most interested in, um, this is very geography heavy in first year, but less so like in second and third year. Um, Especially if you're into like physical geography and human. Well, if you're into physical geography, I personally wouldn't go for this course. Um, Especially considering that DCU does have geography courses. No worries. All right, I'm gonna head off. Thank you for watching. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Unibuddy.